Feeling overwhelmed, burnt out, or just stuck? Imagine a simple, yet profound shift that could unlock your spiritual growth, enhance your personal resilience, and help you navigate life's toughest moments with grace. This isn't about productivity hacks. It's about a fundamental reevaluation of how you recharge, allowing you to thrive in ways you never thought possible. Let's break it down. 1. Rest is not laziness. First, we have to kill the myth that rest is weakness. Rest is actually resistance. In a world screaming, do more, be more, prove more, choosing to rest is an act of courage. Rest says, I am more than my productivity. My worth is not in what I produce, but in who I am. Even God himself modeled this. In Genesis, after creating the world, he rested. Not because he was tired, but because he wanted to set a rhythm for us. Rest is divine design.